want to look good. So yeah, that's the color. I mean, that, like, it's okay. That's okay. This doesn't really fit at all, but it just looks... It does look funny, right? This probably is the one I should pick. I think this is the one I'm going to pick. It looks awful, but it makes me laugh. And isn't that kind of all that matters? She lost a bet? Yeah. My pathetic little girl failure. Alright, let's pause the standby here, because this character is actually weird. Like, this is a character that I actually have very little idea of, I guess, how exactly to use their specials outside of shit that I've seen, right? If it's a Grand, it's just toxic. No, Yuri. You're saying it's possible for a man and a woman? You can ship men and women together? This is news to me. But yeah, so I think actually for Nier, I want to go over what exactly changed about her in 2.1, because I think it does matter, right? So let me pull that up real quick. It changes her in a meaningful way, right? So I do want to go down and actually talk about what happened with Nier here. Because she got buffed in a lot of ways, but there is one really big nerf in here, and I do wonder overall how that affects her. My guess, as like a Nier outsider, is that she probably is still notably better after this patch, but like one of her best moves, if not her best move, did get hit kind of hard, right? So the big thing with Nier, if you're unaware of just like how, because Nier is not the character she was before, like at the start of the game, not even close, right? Not only did she get a lot weaker, she got reworked basically fully. These death stocks essentially now, whenever death gets unsummoned through whether that's getting hit or you can do it with 5U or whatever, it goes into this like Eddie Zato style recharge gauge, right? And the more death stocks you're missing when that happens, the emptier that gauge starts out with, and the longer it takes, right? That's kind of the baseline of the big rework they gave her. Now, there's a lot of things that used to get rid of death. There's still things that do get rid of death. Again, for example, Nier doing 5U will unsummon death, right? I believe even in this patch, Nier like doing a super will unsummon death. Yes, right? Nier doing supers will unsummon death. Obviously, death getting hit will unsummon death. That's always been the case. Like, if, I guess it's gonna be a little weird. Death has to be, like, death is intangible unless, like, in the recovery of a move, essentially, right? The recovery or the startup or something like that. I guess death's intangible unless they're in the middle of a move. Like, if they're doing a move at all. So a lot of the times, if it's active, you're gonna die, right? But yeah, so getting hit will unsummon death. Used to be that if Nier threw and the throw got teched, right, that would also unsummon death, right? Like if I just had death out here and I ran up and she detected my throw, death would leave. That's one of the first big buffs that she got, is that's no longer the case, right? Death no longer disappears after throw breaking. I guess before I talk about this, what I do want to talk about is just this idea of, why do we care if death's around or not, right? Because Nier, in many ways, is kind of three different characters, sort of, right? In the sense that when death is available and not summoned, Nier herself, like not the character, like literally this cat girl, is at her strongest, right? Her normals are like buffed. You see death helps out, right? Like there's like the little death claws on something like 2U, compared to if death is here, right? Nier just does her own little purple flame, right? So Nier herself is at her strongest when death is available to summon, but not summoned. This is also the only time, post-Versuja patch, that Nier can Raging Strike, right? Is death has to be available to summon, but not summoned. And then, Nier can summon death through any way to go into the second state, which is death around. In this case, Nier herself is a little weaker, right? A lot of her buttons, you see all those purple flames, whereas again, if death was available but not summoned, you see death helps out with the normals, either by literally showing up, or even things like those little scythes that come out here, right? So Nier herself is a little weaker when death is summoned, but of course, if death is summoned, then you can do all the death shit, right? You can do, the inputs don't, the inputs are based on what side Nier is on, not what side death is on. So true. So it would be this? Yeah. Right? So you can, like, death can assist you in combos and pressure, death can pick up for you. Like, death summoned certainly is a situation that Nier wants to find herself in often. And this is, this is the one that she's paying resources for. This is the strength of the character. I just wanted to point out, it is important to note that in some ways, death available, not summoned, Nier is better than otherwise, right? And the third one, and the most important one for basically why I'm bringing this up, is deathless Nier, right? As in, death is neither available to be summoned nor around. Here you get the worst of all worlds, right? Your buttons are nerfed, you can't Raging Strike, and you can't even do any of the cool death stuff that you want to do, right? You can't, like, your specials are totally locked out. Install is the only thing you can do, right? But your specials are totally locked out. Your supers are totally locked out, right? Your normals are nerfed. You can't Raging Strike. Like, the best thing Nier gets deathless is this, right? So, deathless Nier is the big... does Death need to be summoned or just available for her to get her stronger throw? Death needs to be available. Not summoned. Needs to, yeah, also, in deathless Nier... also, I think even... Yeah. Oh, no. She gets the nerfed throw even when Death is summoned. Huh? Is that real? I guess so, yeah. The throw is nerfed whether... It's very similar... It's the exact same as the normals, right? The throw is nerfed just like the normals are nerfed. If Death is summoned or if Death is just dead, you get the 2,000... she's on no brave points. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Nier's throw also does less damage if Death is not assisting with it, right? So normally it's a regular throw, right? 2,500. If Death is summoned, or if you're deathless, it is 2,000. Right? This character has too many drawbacks for no particular reason. Right. But yeah, so the big thing that I'm trying to point out is, you know, yes, there's drawbacks if Death is summoned, but you get all of the cool death shit and all of the cool death combos and, you know, pressure and all of that you can get. The big problem, Deathless Nier, is we talk about, you know, which character is bottom one, is it Vikala, is it whatever, and that's, yes, overall, right? But as far as, like, one particular state of a character that might not be happening all the time, there is nothing in the game even close to as weak as Deathless Nier. It doesn't exist, right? Deathless Nier has no way to chip you out. She has no special moves. She has no combo conversions. She has the worst of everything in the game, basically, except some of her normals are still okay. Like, even the nerfed versions of Nier's normals, you know, they're not horrendous, necessarily. They're just worse than they are when Death is available, right? But Deathless Nier really is just, by and large, the weakest thing in the entire fucking video game, and it's not even close, right? Like, if I were to make if I made a tier list and I put Deathless Nier on that tier list, she would be like 3 tiers below everyone else, right? Like, if Vikala is in bottom 1 by herself, right, in a tier by herself in bottom 1, Nier is then, there's like 2 meters of shit, and then Deathless Nier. Not Nier in general. Nier in general, I think, is a fully, like, she's not super good, but she's a fine character. But Deathless Nier is like 3 tiers of shit, and then her, and then there's everyone else in the game, right? So, the reason I bring this up is because a lot of the changes that Nier got in 2.1, a lot of the buffs she got, are all about making it so that she spends less time in this, like, character-breakingly... How much to corrupt democracy? Again, asking for a friend. Usually 50 if you want to skip the queue. So it's a little pricey. I don't want anyone to just walk in here and ruin the democratic state that we've got going on here. But they're bad because, 1, no reward, nothing to cancel, so you're always minus punishable. Yeah. But yeah, so a lot of these buffs are based around the idea of making it so she spends less time in Deathless Nier. Death doesn't disappear after throw breaking, right? That just means, again, that's a situation that could put her in Deathless Nier. That doesn't anymore, right? Something else you noticed is if we just spend a whole lot of death gauge here, right? You see it starts really slowly, but I think after about 6 seconds... Wait? Yeah, you see how it speeds up? That's also new, right? That's also new. Like that, it used to be that if you were caught, like if you were too greedy with your resources and you spent all of that cash, you would be without death for like 10 seconds. Now after 5 or 6 seconds, it about doubles or triples the speed that it comes back at. So the worst case scenarios where if you mismanaged your resources or if you went for a big cash out and it didn't kill or something like that, she's also in Deathless Nier for a little bit less time there. There's also this, her 5U when you are in this deathless state, right? Her 5U gives you death gauge back, right? They have, as you see right there, right? Boom, see? As when on hit, it gives you death gauge back. They increased, and you can charge it as well. 5U is a chargeable move, and if you charge it, it wall bounces and all of that. They increased the amount of death gauge recovery that she gets from this. And also, it used to be this would give you kind of like Lucy Blade level now. If this was blocked, you would get significantly less death gauge. Now it's been made equal, right? After 6 seconds, you start recovering very fast, but you start slower. I see. Overall, though, it is still, you spend less time in that state, no? Or is there like a breakpoint, actually? Like, is there like a particular amount of stocks where it was actually faster last patch or something? But yeah, so 5U, before you got no death gauge on block? Oh, I thought it was less. I didn't realize it was literally none. Oh, okay. I thought it was less. So yeah, this is also another, I think it catches up to the old rate at around 6. I see. But yeah, so this is also another big buff. It's going to make her spend less time in deathless, right? Very similarly, her JU is the exact same thing. It summons death, but also like when death is not around, again, it is just it's like an aerial move like this. This move used to be King Kong, right? This used to be the move that gave Nier her looping high-low 50-50, right? They made this a mid in 1.5. This is like one of the biggest nerfs a character has ever gotten, basically. Not gonna lie, hilarious. People talk like they know fighting games. When they get hammered into the ground, they know nothing. Lol, priceless, talk less, get good, STFU. What's wrong with you, man? Are you okay? What happened? Are you, well, who? I don't know who you're talking to, but... Well, what happened in your morning, man? Are you okay? Actually, I think you're obviously not okay, and I don't think I want to hear about it. Get the fuck out of here, man. What a weird guy. I don't know if that was a bot, or if that's like a 13-year-old, but whatever it is, they need help. Okay, so there's a lot of these sort of nice buffs. I mean, her Far M got a startup buff as well. That's not bad, right? That's definitely not a bad thing either. There's a lot of nice buffs to Nier. There are a couple of things that are a little I fully still don't understand them. But just get good. I don't think he was talking to me. Because I don't even know what he would be referring to, but I think he's just mad. I think he's just yelling into the void. He'll be fine. Well, maybe he won't, but maybe someone will hug him and then he'll be fine. Boss and 13-year-olds are really hard to distinguish from one another. The general tip is that bots are usually more eloquent. But yeah, Luca, I still don't understand what this means. Could you explain this to me? Total frames have been reduced from 67 to 52 when used as a starter, changing frame advantage from -5 to +10 on M Misfortune. What does M Misfortune combo starter follow-up version mean? I can hop in a call if you need. I mean, if you feel it, if it's complicated enough that you need to. But this is the one thing in the changes that I don't really understand. So, what does M Misfortune combo starter follow-up? Does that mean that if I... Like, is it in a frame trap? Like, if they block this, and then they get hit by that? Is that what they mean? It's way easier to explain. You know what? Sure, hop in the Mortal Kombat VC real quick. I'll give you permission. Hop in the Mortal Kombat VC and let me know what's up. Because this is the one line. I understand it when I read it. I still don't understand it. People have tried to explain it to me. I still don't understand it. It's called the Mortal Kombat VC because I had a Mortal Kombat VC in the server, but no one plays that video game. So it was just completely unused. So when I wanted to make a private voice call, like voice chat in the servers for the coaching sessions, I just ended up using that one. I repurposed it, but we were gonna rename it, but then we decided in the substream that it'll be much funnier to not rename it and keep it called the Mortal Kombat VC. Hello, Luca. How's it going? What's up? Oh, wait. There you go. I was muted. Sorry, I hit my mic. I was muted on Discord. Now you should be able to hear me. Hello.
Hello.
So
I'm sorry if I should speak a bit lower. You know, still.
Okay. I got you turned up. You're fine. So what does this mean? What does M Misfortune combo starter follow-up version? What does that mean?
Okay, so you know how Nier can queue specials, unlike any other character.
In a row, yeah.
So as by combo starter means that it's now faster when it starts a chain. So if you start chaining special with 63M, it is actually faster and also blossom block.
Combo starter is in a combo of special moves. They mean, like, yes. If I start like my special to special canceling with M Misfortune, then total frames on the move itself have been reduced when it's used as a starter. So could you just not combo off of this before, even if you hit someone with M Misfortune? Is that basically what meaningfully what is this change?
Yes, basically that.
So I couldn't do like this that I'm doing right now. You couldn't have done last patch.
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
And also now, if you use it raw again, so if you use raw Misfortune is blossom block.
Oh, I see. So even if they block it, +10 where it used to be -5. Okay, I see.
And this also technically cannot be BC'd, which is very fun.
Well, oh, because Death has armor.
No, because it's blossom block, so Death recovers before you can BC.
Well, I mean, but you're BCing out of block stun, no? Like, isn't she gonna be... Right?
For some reason, it doesn't work, I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it sure looks like her ass is getting BC'd. Are you sure?
Yes. sometimes
There's a
it
setup.
just
I'm
avoids
sure
it
there's like
for
some
some
setup
reason.
where you can. I mean, maybe you can even like space death outside of BC range or something.
Yeah, you can space it outside. But it's
Okay.
pretty kind of weird. But
That
you
makes
don't
sense.
really need to see it. You don't really need it.
Cool. Well, honestly,
Just
that
something.
never made. I kept thinking of combo starter as in a combo on the opponent, not a combo of like special to special to special to special. So that actually makes a lot of sense.
But there is a lot of like translation issues and stuff.
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you have like any other questions or stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I
can.
think the rest of it makes sense. I think that this
I-
was the one
I can-
line
I-
that never really made any kind of sense to me
Yeah.
personally.
I can also remain for the stream if you want, like if you want to learn like the basic stuff.
I'll figure it
know.
out on my own. I think I'm good. This just didn't make any sense to me at all, though. So I do appreciate the explanation there. But I think I will kill you now, if that's all
Yeah.
I'm saying to you. So
Yeah,
thanks for the explanation. Though.
Mm.
Oh shit! I cut him off. I did not mean to cut him off. I did not mean. I apologize. I'm sorry. Listen, man. We got shit to do. We got Nier to learn. We got shit to do. Okay. It's what's gotta happen. I died? I'm sorry, Luca, I'm sorry. Okay, so that makes sense. But yeah, like Nier got a bunch of you know, good to big to decent buffs, right? Misfortune gets the good hit from, you have to be closer. That's what the lock-on range, right? Is this is her. She doesn't have a meterless DP anymore. She used to. She doesn't anymore. But like this, where you get like this cinematic, basically. Without death, the range to get that is. I guess without death is actually. Yeah. They nerfed the range at which it happens. Sure. But the big thing, the big like compensation nerf, like I didn't even get to say have a nice stream. I'm sorry. You can say it in the chat. But the big thing is this, right? H ominous turn. This is even, you know, even when Nier was bottom one, or at least in contention for it, this move was a crazy ass move. This was like neutral win the fucking move, right? It went very like this right now on whiff. It goes basically nowhere. You can see on hits, like, how far it actually used to travel, right? If it doesn't whiff, like, it goes, you know, this thing goes a little over half the screen normally. Not anymore, right? I hate getting compensation nerfs. Fuck that. Fortunately, I'm not on the call again to Mauled. Yeah. Like, this would not have whiffed last patch, right? This would not have whiffed before but basically, if by the, I think it's, like, by the 3rd or 4th active frame or something like that. 4th active frame, right? If by the 4th active frame it hasn't hit anything, it just stops, right? So this was an incredibly dominant neutral control move for Nier, and it's not like it's gone, but it's significantly worse, right? So despite her getting a lot of very good buffs, in my opinion, it is true, this is a big nerf. Now, when I first read the patch notes for Nier, I was like, well, I mean, it's not, like, it's bad, but, like, the other nerfs are so good. But I'm hearing tell, it's like, so last patch, I feel like I was more of a Nier down player than anyone who played Nier. And now this patch, I'm like, well, maybe it's not, like, maybe she's actually way better this patch. And I feel like that has not been the sentiment that I've been hearing from the Niers. So, like, the tables may or may not have turned, I'm not sure. But this is certainly, no matter what impact it has on her placement overall, this is a big nerf, right? From what I saw, she got buffed. I mean, she got buffed, but, like, how much, right? I thought it would help her a lot, but situation hasn't gotten better. No, yeah, you know, well, interesting. I'll see. I guess I'll see how I feel playing her, but it is still true that, you know, while she's gonna spend less time in Deathless Nier on average, it's still gonna happen, and it's still the biggest weakness that any character has in the video game. And they took away like one of her really, like, this move was just oppressive. The only way to describe H ominous turn was oppressive. This move just won. This one neutral, this one matchups by itself some fucking times. It felt that way fighting against a good Nier sometimes, at the very least, right? So it's a big nerf. But that's the state that Nier is in. She's a strange, complicated, unique character, which is why I wanted to actually go over that before we hop into any kind of labbing or anything like that. Is there anything that I forgot? In terms of, like, the general position that she finds herself in. Her install got buffed, right? Screen darkens 2 frames earlier. I guess I assume, like, the super flash happens a little earlier, basically. She got some good buffs. One very big nerf. The character is still in a bit of a strange spot, certainly. Maybe a little bit more consistent, like lower highs, but, like, it's gonna be also rarer that she spends, like, 2/3 of a round than deathless. I still think that just the fact that Nier can throw you and not worry about death getting blown up for that necessarily is probably, that might be the biggest buff she got. I've been told, I think Belucas told me that he thinks it's actually the 5U change, right? But I feel like this game is so strike throw centric that the fact that if you just delay text Nier's throw, she would just become the worst character in the game is, the fact that that's not the case anymore is pretty huge, right? With this in mind, let's actually get into trying to elaborate and figure out how to play her, because I understand Nier on a conceptual level pretty well, I think, because you kind of had to. This character was so important to the early meta of the game that if you wanted, you had two options. Either, whine and mauled like a bitch on the timeline, or learn the matchup, or to be fair, learn the matchup and then whine and mauled like a bitch, because it was honestly kind of still justified. It's not like learning the matchup made release Nier a balanced character, right? But I think I understand a lot of what this character does conceptually. No idea how to play her. No idea how to play her, right? So let's actually get into some labbing now, I think.